Coming up, I'm going to share our wins and losses from July 2016, including a tip on how you can get featured by Apple. Stay tuned. That was weird. Why did I do thumbs up? What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.co, and I'm changing the format a little bit. This is unedited, unfiltered, just raw success report is what we're going to call it, and kind of showing you some of the lessons from our previous month, the wins, the losses, and everything in between, holding nothing back and sharing with you what's really working in the app space. So in July 16, we had 5 app launches. And I want to be upfront with you because as I'm sharing the wins, I want you to have the knowledge of how many apps we actually help launch. These were all different prices and different types of launches that we were involved with, but at the same time, these were 5 that we were involved in. All right, let's go to some of the wins. And the biggest win, let's start with the biggest. Let's not hold anything back. Let's go straight into the biggest win. We helped one of these app launches, Ballified, get featured by Apple. And it was something that's been in the works for a couple of months now. We were working with Jonas and his team to really bring it together. And it's a phenomenal app, a great word game that you have to check out. It's called Ballified, but it combines the best of Words with Friends and Solitaire. So really fun game, and Jonas has been working on this game for years now, and I'm so super excited to have helped him get it featured by Apple in 12 countries, including Canada and Australia. And I think the biggest thing, I feel a lot of pressure when I'm working with clients because I know that they need results. They want results. And because of that, I also want to make sure we set it up for the best part. And I think the thing that we did well with, and I don't think Jonas minds me sharing this, is I advised him to actually soft launch this app because it wasn't a casual app. It's a word game. It's a social game. There's a lot of technology behind it as well. And Jonas did a great job for being an indie developer and creating this game. So much technology behind it. I said, hey, soft launch in a few countries. And I think Jonas was just a pure joy to work with. And I'm going to kind of relay this with another client that we helped launch in previous month, but he knew what he was doing. He was doing his thing, not just completely relying on me to do my thing. He knew this was art. We had specialties. We knew how to pitch Apple. We knew how to pitch the press and so forth. But the things that he knew how to do in terms of Facebook ads or driving initial downloads, he was doing all that on his own. And I was helping along the way, but he didn't rely on me. And I loved working with Jonas, and I'm hoping to have him on the podcast soon so that you guys can hear straight from him how he created this game and some of the things that really worked in launching this game. So sticking with the Ballified theme, we actually helped them get featured on Pocket Gamer. This was a site that we've been dying to get featured, a client featured on, and finally, I don't know if it was worthy enough or something else. I don't want to say my other clients weren't worthy enough, but at the same time, it was the right fit for Pocket Gamer. And we pitched them and we got them on to the site. So phenomenal win for us and Jonas as well. And I want to strive to get to have all these clients be featured on these big sites. So Pocket Gamer was one that we hadn't been featured on. We finally got them featured on Pocket Gamer. So really big win for that. All right, more press wins. Another client of ours, Storio, was featured on Social Times, which is a part of Adweek. And I guess, I don't know if most people know this, but Adweek is as big as VentureBeat. So they've got a suite of blogs, sub-blogs. So this is adweek.com/socialtimes. And if you look at Adweek as a blog channel, it has 11 million monthly visitors according to SimilarWeb. So again, we know the reporter here very well. She's great, Brandy. We work with her a lot, and we were able to get Storio featured on this site. And I think the key lesson here, as I'm talking about this, is we understand how to create that story, right? how to figure out what that right angle is going to be. Because a lot of PR is not just about, all right, what's the announcement, what's the story here and there, but it's also about how do we tell the right story that's going to get reporters excited about this. And that's what we help Storio with, because it was an app that was out already. And I met with the founder and I was like, well, this is cool. Like I've seen very similar apps like this. So with Storio, it grabs all your photos, it grabs the metadata from those photos and creates a nice little video out of it, really cool looking, and uses, so it knows where it's at, right? So it knows if you're in Italy or in France or in the US, it knows that, picks it up from the metadata, and then creates the video out of that. And I was like, really, this is really cool. When I was talking to the founder, as we met over coffee, and said, this is really cool. I've seen a few of these, but you've done a really good job. But we helped them sort of craft the right story to get them coverage on Social Times. All right, the other win was I launched my new mini course. It's actually $79 now, or $99 now. But I think it is the best growth hack. And I got a case study for you. So I ran this for one of my apps, Paintball Rush, that was featured in China in May of 2016. And I did this paid to free strategy for my app. And I've got a case study on just why it is so amazing. This is the best growth hack in the world. If you want access to this mini course, people already have taken advantage of it. And also one of my friends, I said, you got to do this, man. I ran it for him last week, recording this, let's see, August 15th. And I ran the same campaign for my friend the previous week. And he's like, Steve, holy cow, this was amazing. And if you want to use it as a case study, I'm happy to do that for you. So if you want to check it out, it is the exact strategy for running a paid to free campaign. Now, it's not as simple as you think. People may be thinking, hey, I've run this myself. It's no problem. No, there's some barriers to this campaign, and I walk you through step by step how to do it, how we execute it for our clients. And if you want to get access to this course, all you got to do is appmasters.co/P2F. So paid to free, P2F, appmasters.com/P2F. All right, those are the big wins. So I shared the 5 app launches. You understand that, all right, 2 of the 5 we got major coverage for, and one of them became an Apple feature. So 20% of the apps we helped launch were featured by Apple. Now, we wanted to get all of them featured by Apple, and we're starting to think about ways where we can do more performance-based marketing, where, okay, if we get you on a really big site, all right, it's this price point, but the base price is this price point, because I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can. We're exploring all angles and making sure that we get the best coverage and the biggest coverage, because that's what I want for all our clients. Fortunately, it doesn't happen for every single one of them. For the 5 apps, we did get them coverage, but it wasn't always the biggest coverage as we wanted. Okay, so let's talk about what worked. So stay in tune for this. This is the part that you want to be listening to. Number 1, this is an email generic email address that Apple has said to definitely use, okay? When you're trying to get a feature, an Apple feature. It's appstorepromotion@apple.com. I talked to people at WWDC. They said somebody definitely checks that email address and forwards it on to the appropriate person. So use that email address. Make sure that you use it when you have a test flight ready to go. So as early as possible, use that email address. Okay, I've shared other clever ways of trying to find the right person. Those still work, but appstorepromotion@apple.com is the one to use as well. We've sort of built out the strategy, and I'm going to share the strategy in another mini course coming up soon. But we've found out some clever ways to get in front of the right person. Okay. The next lesson is give the exclusive to a big site. It's a strategy that I've shared in the past, and it continually works. It takes a lot of time to execute on, but it does work. That's how we're able to land a lot of big coverage for our sites. Now, it's not always necessary. So if you're looking for the most coverage, you don't necessarily need to use it. But if you definitely want to ensure, not always guarantee, but to sort of increase your chances of getting on these big sites, make sure you give them the exclusive. I'm linking all that into the show notes, the Apple hack and the exclusive strategy into the show notes, so you can see how to actually do it yourself. Right? I've written about this in the past. The other thing that worked is I brought in Mary onto the team, the newest member. She's in the Philippines, but she really helps manage my calendar and manage a lot of the different things for our clients. And I loved her. I love her. She's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I found her through Virtual Staff Finder. So in my last month, I said, hey, kind of get just-in-time learning. And just-in-time learning, I picked up Chris Ducker's Virtual Freedom. I went through the whole thing, the Virtual Staff Finder. I found that's his site. I found Mary using his site. And what I really loved about it was it saved me time on having to sift through a bunch of applications, and they brought me the 3 best, and Mary was one of them. And I hired her, and she's been great. I really loved it. And Virtual Staff Finder is a great site, but Virtual Freedom is a great book. And I followed Chris's sort of guideline on how to talk to Mary, what to do after I hire her, interview questions, which were great. And I shared that in the last month's video, but really, really great job. The other lesson of what worked is stinking, hey man, you know what? It's tried and true. If you build a great app, marketing becomes so much easier. Ballify, that was featured by Apple. I think Storio is another one that should be featured by Apple. If you build a great app, Apple will feature it. The press will cover it. Yes, you got to figure out what the right angle is going to be, and I can help you with that. But at the same time, I think if you build a great app, it will work. And I think Jonas was talking about this in a Facebook group, and he was saying, Steve's great. And I was like, Jonas, stop. He's kind of hyping me up. I said, stop, Jonas. You're setting everybody else up for disappointment. Because I've gone through hundreds of app launches, and only a select few really get selected to be featured by Apple or get coverage on TechCrunch and so forth. But Jonas said, Steve, you're good, man. And the value is, if you have a good app, I know you can do wonders with it. And I really appreciated that from Jonas. And it's so true that if you do build a really good app and it has to be different, then it will, success will come along. So that's the hardest part, right? I think that's what I try to uncover when I'm talking to people who have built really great apps, like their process, their thinking, their mentality. I try to uncover that, because I think that's the hardest part is, how do you build a great app? I think I know how to market a great app, but I think the weak side that I've sort of really become aware of myself is that I don't know if I can build a great app. I know when I see one, I know I can market it, but I don't know if I can actually come up with this brilliant idea to make a really phenomenal app. But I'm trying, it's a goal of mine. And that's what I'm doing through the podcast and so forth. Okay. And my favorite tool, so I'm going to try to do this every month as well, where I pick up a tool and I share this with you, but ClickFunnels, great tool. Look, it is sort of like a landing page builder in a way, but it's so much more than that. I started using it. I just heard so much about it that I just said, forget it. Let's just jump in. And I built the paid to free campaign. So if you go, another plug, appmasters.co/P2, the number 2F, P2F, appmasters.co/P2F, you'll see that it was built on ClickFunnels. The templates are beautiful. And what I really like about ClickFunnels is a lot of A/B testing, but it built out a complete funnel. So the upsell tool, the downsell tools, all that is all built in, and you can really create funnels. So it's not like just a landing page builder, but it's just funnels. If you need funnels built, it is a great tool to use. So I've been loving it. I'm going to start putting more things into it, and really great tool when you're trying to get new emails or just build quick landing pages that are beautiful and quick funnels. Definitely check out ClickFunnels. I don't get anything from them. It is just ClickFunnels. The last thing I want to tell you guys is that the mastermind is reopening, and I'm going to put a flag on the ground. So when I first started opening the mastermind, it's going to come up, but I'll just give you a sneak preview. Actually, let me just tell you this. It's going to reopen, but it's going to take on a brand new requirement. So it's not just going to be for anybody anymore. When I first started it, it was just to build a community. Now I feel like we built a phenomenal, I'm going to say that again, it is phenomenal community. But now I'm ready to level up. And those who joined early on, they're going to benefit from this. I would say 50% of the community has this, 50% doesn't. Maybe 60-40. I don't know what that real split is, but I know There are a lot of great people in the App Masters Elite, and that's what I will be calling it moving forward. App Masters Elite. This is the mastermind where you must have 1 million downloads to join. That will be the new requirement to join. It's going to open up pretty soon again, and this is going to be the community. So if you joined early on, if you're already in, you're good. You don't have to have this requirement anymore. But for everybody else, it will be that requirement where you must have 1 million downloads to your name to join. Not a publisher, nothing like that, but it is to your name to join. So if you're interested in that, go check out. Just stay tuned. Actually, don't check out anything. Just stay tuned. It's going to be opening up very, very soon using my favorite tool, ClickFunnels, to build that landing page. But it is going to be called App Masters Elite. If you are interested in joining, just stay tuned. Keep watching my videos. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the emails newsletter. You will find out when it releases, when it reopens. But it will reopen as App Masters Elite with a requirement of 1 million downloads. I'll tell you a lot more about everything that's going to work and why I think it's the best thing to really grow your app business. All right, guys, that is it. This is the success report for 2016. Thank you for tuning in. Your attention means everything to me, and I will see you. Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, like my page, subscribe, help me out. Throw brother some love. You know what I mean? All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you on the next video. Oh, and the next video is going to highlight, it's going to show you the power of the paid to free campaign. All right, I'm going to show you the metrics. It was for my app, so I'm going to reveal it all about what really happened to the in-app purchases, what happened to the other in-app purchases, what happens to the downloads from my other apps, how many downloads did I specifically get for the paid to free campaign. All that will be in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and then join the email list if you're just watching this on my blog. All right, guys, that's all. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.